Hello friends, welcome to Game It Up. My name is Dave and 2024 has been a crazy year, hasn't it? I know we're only in the second week, but both of those weeks have seen a Nintendo eShop release of a game that's inspired by not only two N64 games, not only two N64 games made by Rare, but they also happen to be my favourite two games on that console. Last week was The Spy Who Shot Me, inspired by GoldenEye, and today is Super Bear Adventure, inspired by Banjo-Kazooie. Seeing that Banjo-Kazooie is my favourite game of all time, seeing this on the eShop caught my attention. And just looking at the screenshots, it's easy to see this as a cheap knockoff game, but when I loaded up the trailer, I thought it didn't look too bad. And this was made by a solo developer, Stefan Hulot. It was priced quite low at £8.99, so I thought, why not? Let's give this a go, and what do I think of this game now that I've played it? Well, the story begins showing that the land was once a peaceful place ruled by bees, until a mysterious purple honey appeared and turned all the animals hostile. Strangely, the honey doesn't affect bears, so the other animals lock them in cages. You take control of a bear named Baron, who finds a bird named Shika. Shika then tags along for the journey by attaching to Baron's back. Seems familiar to a certain N64 game, although Shika's primary role is in an advisory capacity. You have no fluttering or flying or egg shooting here. Due to this, the controls are very basic. You have the A or B buttons to jump, and the X and Y to attack. You are able to double jump, dive and ground pound as well. This simplicity may put some people off, but the good thing is, the controls do work really well. You can explore the hub world freely, which takes place in your bear village, and you have portals that let you access one of the game's worlds. As you'd expect in a 3D collectathon, you collect things. The main collectible, this game's stars or jiggies if you will, are the bears that are trapped in the cages. There are 8 in each world to find, but finding them is not enough, as those pesky cages are locked. In order to open them, you need a key. The keys are typically situated near the cage, and there is a handy arrow that appears to let you know which cage it will open. They are not master keys after all. If that's too simple for you, you can always turn the arrow off in the settings, although that could lead to much confusion. When you rescue a bear, who are all named by the way, it tells you a target time to achieve a golden bear. This confused me at first as I had no idea of this time limit, but you can switch a timer on in the menu and it gives you an incentive to retry levels and run straight for the bear that you need that fast time for. Great replay value for speedrunners. Although there are 8 bears to rescue in the world, you only need to rescue 3 of them in order to access that level's boss. Once the boss is defeated, you rescue your 4th bear and you can leave the level and try the next stage, or carry on exploring for more, as unlocking more bears does unlock more things in the hub world. The bosses themselves are well designed and are true to what you might have found in those N64 games, typically avoiding its attacks and waiting for an opening. They don't take long to fight and I found them enjoyable. The other collectible are coins. Now brace yourself here, I've got some explaining to do. The menu will tell you how many there are in each level, so 150 for example, and these are used for a few things. Firstly, getting 100 of them earns you a token, more on that later, and you can also use them to buy things, more on that later also. The way the coins work have taken a bit of inspiration from Banjo-Kazooie, but it improves upon what Banjo did. In the N64 version of Banjo-Kazooie, you had 100 notes on each level. If you died or left the level before collecting them all, it would save your best note score. So, for example, if you collected 50, then left the stage and re-entered, you would have to start again from scratch, and you would need to collect 51 before it would start to increase your overall note count. The Xbox version did fix this. In Super Bear Adventure, if you leave a level, all the coins get added to your total, and if you restart, it will let you collect all the coins again to add for that total for spending in the hub world. But all the coins you already collected in that world will be transparent, so collecting them again will not add anything to your completion rate, although if you collect a coin you haven't already got, it would do so. So if you left a stage having collected 140 out of 150, then re-entered and collected 10 more, if those 10 were ones you already collected, you would still have 10 new coins for shopping with, but it would still say 140 out of 150 on the menu. But if you collected the 10 coins you missed before, it would say 150 out of 150. I hope I explained that clearly enough. The tokens I mentioned can be used in a few ways. The most useful is as an extra life. Now, life systems have become increasingly more pointless in recent years, but this game has a nice way of doing it. You have 3 hit points initially, and when you lose them all, it's game over. You can then choose to either restart the level from scratch, go back to the hub world, or spend a token to resurrect there and then and continue on your way with no progress lost. When you leave a stage, you can choose to either leave with the coins you have or spend a token to double those coins so you have extra to spend. And thirdly, tokens can be spent at one of the shops in the hub world for bonuses such as doubling your health or a coin indicator. You can also spend coins to spin a roulette wheel for a prize. It cost me 250 coins to spin and I won 100 coins. Go me! And you can also buy cosmetics for your character. Don't worry about seeing the term loot box, no real money is required. The worlds are varied with a grassy area, snow and desert, typical stuff, but then there's the giant house level, which was the highlight of the trailer and very enjoyable here. There is also an arcade area that lets you play a few minigames for coins, including some total wipeout style survival games and some fun racetracks. The driving controls are very simple, with drifting being automatic, and it was a lot of fun to do this. You also get given a vehicle in the desert world as it's so vast. The worlds are nicely designed and fun to explore. I mentioned how simple the controls are, and the game overall isn't the most challenging, but I definitely found it fun. There are some nice puzzles to solve in order to earn keys, and plenty of exploration which I enjoyed. Combat is very simple, where just punching is really needed, but I found the enemies weren't too overwhelming for the most part. The game's art style is very simple with blocky characters and worlds. I feel this works well for the overall style and feel of the game. It may put some people off, but it has its own charm, and there are plenty of sight gags, such as the houses looking like bears. The music has a nice feel to it, and the desert level is certainly a highlight here, feeling most epic indeed. As I was playing this, someone very close to me, who I will keep nameless, was playing Stardew Valley quietly on her phone and heard the desert music and just randomly said, "This music is f***ing good." I think that is a testament really. But one thing that's probably an advantage with its simplicity is the fact that this game ran very smoothly. In my playtime I did not encounter any glitches or performance issues whatsoever. Like I said before, the game is just a simple 3D collectathon platformer, simple controls, simple goals, fun worlds to explore, a bright and colourful blocky art style and nice music, all at that low price of £8.99. It's not a game you'll be playing for long if you just want to be one and done with it, but I can see it being a good speedrun game, especially with those gold bear times. So if you're a completionist and want to get all the bears and coins, and collect coins again to afford all the costumes, this will be a great purchase. And it's still being supported with daily challenges, such as the first level becoming a floor is lava obstacle course. Did I mention this was a solo developer? So yeah, this game was surprisingly pretty good. For the price you're paying, this is a worthy purchase if you like this sort of game. Bear in mind, pun intended, you won't be getting a complex in-depth platformer, but you are getting a simple, fun and well-polished experience. So that's what I thought of Super Bear Adventure. How about you? Does this look like the sort of game you want to play? What other N64 classics should get an indie-inspired game based on it? Let me know in those comments and make sure to subscribe for more to come in the future. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.